I was staring at my crush during class, and I'd be looking at her for like hours a day, and she would look at me and like with disgust, like, why the fuck are you doing that? And after a few weeks of that, she and her friend approached me and they're like, why are you staring at me? Like, it was so embarrassing. Like, I feel so embarrassed sharing with you that story. I was so weird and needy around her and around women overall. And I think many of you, many men nowadays, are like this. They cannot speak to them like to another human. They pedestalize them and think that they are some goddesses and they think that they are better than them. They are like, oh, I am not worthy of them. They are so fucking good and I am so fucking bad. I'm here and they are here. They put this much gap and they cannot communicate, they cannot treat them like normal humans. Because they just pedestalize either their beauty or whatever they like about them. And this makes them act weird, this makes them very unconfident, very awkward. This makes them appear very unattractive and feminine. So do not fucking pedestalize her. Do not think that she is higher than you. No, if you bring it to equal or that you're better, because you have been doing all these things, you're on self-improvement, you're watching this video, you're improving, you're going to the gym, you're reading books, you're on NoFap, you're on dopamine detox. You have all these things that bring you further apart. But now you are higher and she is lower. You're above her. Do not be below her. Do not see yourself that you are worse than her. Even though she might be like gorgeous, she might be absolutely fucking stunning, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you are below her and that now you have to pedestalize her because she is just beautiful. No. You're equal or you are better for who you are, for what you've been doing, and not for just looks. And of course, you wanna be humble, you don't wanna be this dick, but I'd rather you to be a dick instead of being this needy, below man, this needy bitch. I found that so many men go from being needy and from being a simp to hating women and then they slowly lower down to this place where they are not needy and where they don't hate women, but they don't view women as higher creatures than them. And that's what I want you to be. That's where I want you to be, and that's what I want you to realize, that she isn't better than you, and that you cannot fucking be cold, and that you cannot fucking be just a bad person because they are women. You don't treat them bad because they are women. That is also viewed as fucking feminine as fuck. And you wanna be somewhere in the middle, where you don't think they are higher than you, so you don't pedestalize them, and you don't act weird around them, you don't stare at them in the class like, I'm so embarrassed by this. I was such a bitch. And you don't hate them because so much hatred is not good. And the women that you will bring to your life by hating women and by acting in such a way won't be valuable women, won't be the women that you would actually wanna be with in a long-term relationship. So if you are in the middle, you're this gentleman, you're not gonna let slide any of these bad behaviors that she's doing, all these bad things that she does, and you won't be like, okay, but she's a woman, she can do that. I'm gonna let her do it. If it was a man, maybe I wouldn't, but she's a woman, so I'm gonna let her do that. No, you have boundaries, and you're not gonna let it slide. But at the same time, you don't hate them just solely for them being the opposite gender. Just treat them like another human. Treat them like they were just another man, like they were another boy. You don't give a fuck if they are men or women. You just act normally around them. You're not weird, you're not more energetic, you don't speak in a different way. You act normally. You don't try to attract them in a weird way, you just fucking act normal. Especially if they are some garbage women which are below you, in the sense that they are vaping, in the sense that they are fucking around, in the sense that they are going to all these parties. They are just not worthy. They are not good for you. So why the fuck do you pedestalize them and act weird around them just because they are beautiful? Who gives a fuck if they are beautiful, if their values are absolutely horrendous? Just treat all the women like a normal human. And once you do that, once you realize that they are just another humans, and I don't give a fuck if they are beautiful or not, then you're gonna actually be more attractive to them. Because you're for once in your life not needy. You're for once in your life treating them normally and not different. And they're like, yeah, I like it. Why do you think women like men who don't pay that much attention to them? Because it means that first of all, they have abundance of women in their life, so it means that other women want that man. But it also means that you have something going for yourself, that you have this masculine energy, and you're not bothered by the way if she is a woman or not. And you have something going for yourself. If you don't reply in 5 minutes, she is attracted to this. Why do you think is that? Because she knows deep down that you are working on something. Of course, if you're a bitch, if you're overweight or super skinny, if you don't look good, if you talk with this higher pitched voice, if you're a bitch, she will be like, okay, he doesn't reply in an hour. I know he's been playing video games. She wouldn't think that you just went to a gym, that you just were working on your business. No. So you must be this Chad, let's say. You must be this Chad when she's like, okay, he isn't replying for an hour. He must have been doing something. He must be doing something, and that something isn't watching Netflix or playing video games. She knows deep inside that you are doing something good. She likes it when you don't pay that much attention to her, because it means that you put much attention to your work, and this is your masculine energy. And also, the more masculine you are, the less things affect you. So if you're easily affected by a woman's beauty, she's gonna feel the feminine energy in you. But if you turn it around, and if you're not affected by her beauty and by other women, she's gonna be like, yeah, I like it about him, that he is not so easily affected. Because real men don't. They are not overreactive. They are still. The more masculine you are, the more still you are. The masculinity in you is the stillness in you. And she sees that stillness when you don't act weird around her and when you just treat them like normal human. That's why women love bad boys who just don't give a fuck about her if she wants to do something with them or not. They just don't give a fuck. They are still. They have abundance mindset. They are not needy. They don't need them. They don't act weird because they don't pedestalize them. It's just so simple. And yet, so many of us falls into that bullshit mindset that it's actually the other way around, and that staring at her will be somehow beneficial. Of course not. So have that abundance mindset, even though it might not be true, even though you might not have dozens of women on you every day. Have that mindset that, okay, if I'm not with her, if she doesn't wanna go out with me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if during this conversation I slip up and say something stupid. I don't give a fuck if she feels attracted to me after we talk. I don't give a fuck if any of these things happen. Because I have so many women in my life. Even though you might not have, if you just build that mindset that I am abundant, I don't actually need her. I have plenty of women who are interested in me. If you have that abundance mindset, you're not gonna settle for just any woman. You're not gonna be like, okay, so a woman just paid attention to me, and now I'm gonna do everything in my power to keep her. You're gonna build standards. You're not gonna attract some bullshit garbage women who doesn't improve, who isn't compatible with you. I mean, she would be compatible with you if you are a bitch and she is a bitch. You're both just bitches and you're compatible, you can be together. But as you're watching self-improvement videos, as you're watching this video and any of the other videos, you are different. You're not gonna settle for some bullshit women who vapes, who parties, who fucks around. You're not gonna settle for such a woman. So just realize that you don't need her, and that you are abundant, and there's abundance of good women who would actually want you. And you don't give a fuck about her. But do not act cold. I found that so many men just act cold when it comes to women because they think that this is gonna attract them. In some way it will, but if you're in a long-term relationship with a girl, if you act cold, she is just gonna be hurt, and after a while she's gonna be like sick of you not paying attention to her, and she's gonna feel that, why is he being so toxic? Why is he being so cold all the time? He has no reason to, and yet he is. That is very feminine. That is very feminine to just act cold in order to make me like him more. And she's gonna get sick and tired of you being so childish. And she's gonna leave you. Like, it happens time and time again that a man thinks that he must be cold, and it just hurts the woman, and the woman leaves. Coldness isn't the way. But coldness isn't the way. It's being here. It's hating women. But also, do not pedestalize her. Be in that middle where you're a gentleman, where you don't think that they are absolutely fucking bad and you hate women, and you're also not in the state that, oh, she is a woman, so she must be so fucking good and I will like her no matter what. No, you're in the middle. You treat them like any other fucking human. Remember that after clicking off this video. Thanks for watching. Type in comments your questions. Subscribe, like the video if you found it helpful, and send it to somebody who might absolutely need it, because there's plenty of men who fall for either being a simp or for being absolutely hateful towards women. That's not the way. So please help that man who is in need, and we will all raise up and improve. Thanks for watching once again, and see you guys till next time.